What if you could learn any skill 5 times faster in 2026, not by cramming harder, but by letting AI redesign the way you practice? In this video, I'm sharing a meta-learning playbook that turns any topic, coding, design, finance, languages, sales, into a tight loop of clarity, practice, feedback, and spaced reinforcement. No grind set, no 12-hour study days. Just systems that compress time, targeted syllabi, micro-drills, auto-feedback, and a schedule that makes forgetting almost impossible. If you've ever binged tutorials and retained nothing, this is the blueprint that finally sticks. Speed starts with precision, not volume. I begin every new skill with a scope snapshot, one-page map of the domain, the exact sub-skill I'm aiming to ship in 14 days, and the outcomes that prove it. I ask AI to build it with constraints. List the 12 core concepts, the 6 most common tasks, and the 3 failure patterns for beginners. Rank by impact. Create a 14-day sprint syllabus with 1 shippable deliverable each day. The model returns a staircase of small wins. Then I cut 30%. Ruthless scoping creates focus. Instead of learn Python, I choose build 3 data cleaning scripts with file IO, pandas basics, and plotting. Instead of learn design, I choose redesign a landing hero with type scale, spacing, and contrast. Specificity turns inspiration into a calendar entry. Study time is practice time. My default unit is a 45-minute learn, do, reflect block. 10 minutes to skim a concept summary, 25 minutes to do a micro project or drill, 10 minutes to reflect and capture patterns. AI is the glue in each phase. I ask for explain it to me like a peer. Summaries with a glossary and 2 examples. Then I run an active recall deck prompt. Generate 12 flashcards, definition, example, and a minimal problem I can solve in 60 seconds. After the drill, I ask AI to analyze my code, mockup, or draft against a checklist. Find correctness issues, style problems, and the single biggest improvement. Give me 1 rewrite with inline comments. The key is output first. I don't leave a session with notes. I leave with something I made, feedback I can act on, and a flashcard that captures the trap I fell into. Micro drills are the compounding engine. I turn every concept into tiny, repeatable reps that isolate the motion. For languages, I build 3-minute pattern drills. Conjugate 10 sentences in past perfect with common verbs. Immediate answer plus correction. For coding, I generate trace this puzzles. What does this function return for inputs A, B, C? Where's the off by 1? For finance, I ask for scenario drills. Calculate NPV with these cash flows. Switch discount rate. Explain sensitivity. For design, I run spot the violation drills. Identify 4 spacing or alignment issues in this layout. Propose a fix. AI produces an endless supply, auto grades, and explains. 5 minutes becomes mastery when you repeat it daily. Feedback is only useful when it's specific and fast. I use AI as a coach with 3 lenses: accuracy, process, and taste. Accuracy checks correctness. Point to the exact line that breaks and why. Process examines my approach. What step did I skip? Which heuristic would have caught it? Taste critiques quality. On a 1 to 5 scale, rate readability, tar contrast, guy voice. Suggest 1 change that moves it up 1 point. I also demand upgrade moves. A named pattern I can reuse, like extract helper for repeated logic. Use 8-point spacing scale, or replace abstract claim with proof. Naming moves turns feedback into vocabulary. Next session, I ask the model to remind me. Before I start, list last session's 3 upgrade moves as a checklist. Retention isn't about willpower, it's about timing. I run a spaced repetition loop that's impossible to skip because it's short and embedded. At the end of each session, I add 3 flashcards, 1 concept, 1 pitfall, and 1 how-to process card. I tell AI to schedule them at the 1, 3, 7, and 21 days with increasing difficulty. Each review takes under 5 minutes and focuses on recall, not reread. Define it from memory, show an example, solve a mini problem. If I fail twice, the model triggers a micro lesson, a 90-second explanation with a fresh drill. Forgetting becomes a signal, not a shame spiral. Projects are where speed becomes real. Every 2 weeks, I ship a difficulty ladder project. 3 tiers of the same deliverable, basic, intermediate, advanced, within the same problem. For example, in coding, scrape a page, basic. Scrape with pagination and error handling, intermediate. Package it with config and logging, advanced. In design, redesign a card, basic. A mobile list, intermediate. A full page section, advanced. I ask AI to generate a rubric before I start. List pass or fail criteria and a 1 to 5 score for clarity, robustness, and polish. After shipping, I request a gap map. Which tier's criteria didn't I meet? What's the smallest drill to close that gap? Projects become diagnostic tools, not just trophies. Context switching kills learning velocity, so I stack habits into routines. Mornings are for net new learning, 1 45-minute block, with a single concept and drill. Afternoons are for projects, a 60-minute build with a checklist and a timer. Evenings are for review, 5 minutes of spaced recall plus a teach-back paragraph where I explain today's concept to my future self. Saturdays become synthesis day. I ask AI to compile my week into a one-page briefing, wins, recurring errors, top flashcards, and then generate a mock test or portfolio challenge. Sundays are off, or inspiration day. I watch one expert tear down and extract 3 upgrade moves to try next week. Rhythm accelerates skill because it removes decision fatigue. Motivation is fragile. Metrics protect it. I track only 3 numbers: sessions completed, consistency, reps completed, volume, and error rate on spaced cards, retention. I ask AI for a weekly review. Plot sessions X days, reps X concept, error rate trend. Recommend 1 adjustment. Add remove drills. Change project difficulty or rebalance time. If I plateau, I don't grind longer. I tighten the loop. I lower project scope, increase feedback frequency, or swap passive time for drills. The system adapts, my ego doesn't drive. Collaboration multiplies learning speed. I use AI to simulate pair work and code.design reviews. Act as a senior engineer reviewing my PR. Ask 3 blocking questions. Act as a creative director. Give me a 2-minute brief, then rate my comp on hierarchy, rhythm, and focus. I also run Socratic debugging. Ask me questions only, don't solve it, lead me to the bug. The model turns into a patient partner who never gets tired of my mistakes. When I have a human mentor, I arrive with a crisp packet. Scope snapshot, latest project, rubric scores, gap map. Humans love prepared students. They give better help. A word on resources, fewer is faster. 1 canonical book or course for fundamentals, 1 AI model for coaching and drills, 1 repo or folder for projects, and 1 flashcard system. I keep a graveyard note for tempting links and park them until synthesis day. The habit of not context hopping is half the speed gain. The other half is quitting quickly. If a resource spends more time selling than teaching, I replace it. AI can generate a custom reading list. For this sub-skill, list 3 high-signal chapters or articles with 2 to 3 takeaways each. I don't need 40 hours of content. I need the 5 pages that change how I practice. Finally, ethics and depth. Fast doesn't mean shallow. I ban AI from being my source of truth on facts that matter. Math proofs, security practices, legal or medical claims. I use it for coaching, structure, feedback, and reps. If I'm learning in a domain that impacts people, I include a context card, assumptions, risks, and failure costs. I also build Explain to a Novice and Explain to an Expert versions of my write-ups. If both audiences understand me, I know I learned the thing, not just the words. Here's your 7-day start. Day 1. Pick a sub-skill and build your scope snapshot. Day 2. Set up your Learn, Do, Reflect block and run your first micro project. Day 3. Generate 12 active recall cards and schedule spaced reviews. Day 4. Install micro drills and a feedback rubric. Capture 3 upgrade moves. Day 5. Ship a tiny difficulty ladder project with rubric scores. Day 6. Synthesis day. Compile your wins, errors, and a mock test. Day 7. Rest or watch a tear down, then adjust the next week's syllabus by 1 notch. Repeat for a month and the compounding shows up. Cleaner drafts, faster fixes, and that quiet confidence that comes when your practice is a system, not a mood.